What's going on, my little subjects? NeoAke92 coming to you live with some more Metaphor Re-Fantasio. Last time we finally got through the entirety of that fucking cathedral. We beat the Necromancer, we beat the human, and we are entering a tournament for the crown. In which, instead of hunting for a monster, I'm going to be hunting for a person. But I believe Stroll might be onto something. Speaking of onto something, where the fuck is my phone? There's my phone. Son of a bitch. I am still waking up, so bear with me here. Okay. What do you want?
Well met, eh?
Hey, we've been staying at this inn for some time. I'd really like to, but see you like in here too, and you're one of us. Well, wherever it is you end up going, be sure you come see Maria and Fabienne again. Not that it's really my concern, but those two seem to like you a lot.
What in the blaze?
Ugh. Can't get through a single day without a drink. We've all been done a shite hand in this life, haven't we? In other parts of town, they can't shut about Luis or the king, so let me ask you. Even if a proper, upstanding bloke takes the crown, is that going to fill my empty pockets? No way in hell, I say. People all got their ideas about what the country ought to be like, but at the end of the day, they'll never remember outcasts like us. Well, goddamn, look at you being all fucking negative and shit.
Hey.
Asked Fabienne for a map of Martira, and she gave me the one from Grace's personal effects. Covers all the main roads. We may have found one in town, but a military map always had more details.
Yeah.
Fabienne continues to wear an anchor to pay her back. Let's achieve our goals. And that was my plan regardless.
Now then.
Our preparation to be proceeding without issue, well apart from the one massive overtuned uncertainty. Never mind, forgive me my mutterings, just please do not be surprised no matter what we're presented with. Do I have time to go do shit? Rude.
Fancy a bit of
You have anything else? No. Fine, I'll go rest. Well. Night!
Good night.
Rest well.
Can I come in?
Hello, little shit. Want to read some more?
Want to read some more?
Not today. You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabienne I wouldn't cry.
No, don't do that.
It's alright. You don't have to worry.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it?
Yep.
Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise?
I
The
just
next time
said.
I'll see you again. Can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Promising returns. Maria's waiting for us to return home and regale her with tales of the strange and distant places we visit.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain,
Pat, pat,
may
pat.
I have a moment?
Good night.
Well, goddamn, I'm popular tonight.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
You're truly devoted to him.
You truly are devoted to him, aren't you?
I suppose I am at that. A guiding oath of 12 years is not easily cast aside. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
I do.
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned.
Oh shit, they were banned?
You needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two?
Sure, go for it. Knock yourself out.
So, it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern a system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they
Yeah,
will do.
I still think the king is actually
Should
more.
they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, it's not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies.
My
In the
character's
end,
already
clinging
asleep,
to
isn't
a
he?
dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose. 'Tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength.
Like, I will be playing fast, but I've been streaming this a little bit, and honestly, I have been adoring this game.
My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Yeah. That's accurate. Because I mean, when I was first streaming this game, I got through the entirety of the demo portion of 5 hours in one sitting. And who the fuck is this? We have no introduction here. Who the hell are you? Okay, I guess we're getting a music portion. I was not expecting a song. Yeah, again, I was not expecting a musical number. I was ready to start my quest. Hey, thanks for the resub. Why do I feel like you're somehow going to be the next party member? Hence the big, lavish introduction. Yet we don't even have a fucking name.
Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne. For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Shut up and let him talk.
The venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78 Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden! Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
I ain't worried about some old codger.
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Dido!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
Well, I fear neither, so...
Fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, crier! Where's Count Louise?
And the people are upset.
All right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
That's convenient.
What? He's not even entering? Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant.
No, goddammit.
A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Oh, this prick.
Him? So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced Sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis.
Oh, you're so fucking dramatic.
No god can save you. What our country needs is power!
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Krauss. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Wow. If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Yeah.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
And the crowd goes mild.
An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
Well, fuck all you two.
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Oi!
Hey!
What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
This whole plan is falling apart, guys. What the fuck is this?
So, contestants, are you ready?
Huh?
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
Is this my ride?
A land runner?
It's quick!
Wait, it's headed right for them!
It'll crash! Whoa!
That's definitely my ride.
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What ho? Isn't he a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you fool. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time. That feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all.
Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
This is gonna be great.
Take to the road.
Come on! So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
Hide in my bag, you dumb bitch.
It's incredible.
Ooh, I went way up. I ended up standing out more than I expected. I've gained a lot of interest, but I only consider this part of my mission to aid the prince.
Just a sec.
Oh, what's with this thing? Is this our carriage?
Can you hear me?
Should I just run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing just as much. You're just as crazy as the runner! I'll take the comment, little lady. Now, let's have some coordinates for a little test run. What is happening right now?
Let's see.
We want to go to a place called Martira Old Castle, I think. Should be a ways south.
Let us hurry.
Whoa.
Second campsite.
That's where you want to go.
Try to camp the third night.
This place here.
Wow.
Yep. Okay. Martira, here it is. Down to Martira, huh? On this craft sledge, I see that'll be about 4 days, 3 nights about. It's a great deal faster than a carriage, and surely the roads would be safer at that kind of speed.
Spectacular.
Bolly good! Now, since those bridges, chaps, full steam ahead to Martira Old Castle Town. Okay. Cool.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me that? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you used to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Fuck! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
It's amazing, yeah.
It's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
Are you gonna
You
introduce
certainly
yourself?
are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg. Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neurus. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, He was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He looks like a
He's
One Piece
master
character.
engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable.
Noble District Underhall.
Neoras? Are you there? I'm coming in. Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
It's too much to do.
As always. To business then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not the new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
But pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it. Off with you now. Leave me be.
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Ting, 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 ting.
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Neoras, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes.
Right. Totally.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders?
He might have taken some creative liberties.
Cannot mean.
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and, well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her, collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! Haloni, brazen court engineer, butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the valiant runner alone.
Look, this runner... it is fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate. For both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and Cathedral as soon as you can.
Hey? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
Yeah.
Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where last I heard? So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness...
You catch on quick.
Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay his mercy.
Understood.
Very cutscene heavy episode so far.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world.
It's pretty fast.
Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think? I think we can count on him. If you're sure, I suppose. We'll deal with it if we have to.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brylehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
I see his logic.
All part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's.
Yup.
I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
I like it.
It's a perfect idea. Makes sense, doesn't it? The bounty's Heismay, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet... 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Hey.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no.
Hell no.
A den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
The Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities, such as strategy room, lounge, and kitchen. You can also visit Academia by finding more interacting. Visit the engine room first.
Oh, yeah?
I've never been on a Gauntlet Runner. Kind of want to see what the engine room's like. We'll take a look around. We schmovin'. Hi, more. Wonder what makes the thing run. It looks like a heart.
Hello?
First time on a gauntlet runner, eh? Well, that scared me. Looks like the pipe's in here too. Call it a runner phone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet runners use magnet crystals as fuel to run, you see. Used to be, you take your life in your hands when you travel the wilds. Then thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on the colossal beasts, made for zero momentum loss even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed, another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl, best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then, maybe some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl that's a work in progress, but by the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. You just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. You'll continue to our destination while spending time in the Gauntlet Runner, utilize the facility to obtain items or raise abilities. Okay. Oh, okay. I can cook, I can clean.
This is...
Oh. Mind the rope, lad. Wouldn't want you going overboard. Okay. You know what? I'll go talk to more.
Now, where was
I haven't gone to academia in a hot minute.
Welcome.
You got anything? Not really. So your journey has begun. May you meet all manner of people across these untrodden lands, archetype influenced by connections of the heart, so to speak, which means the more heart you encounter, the more more your own might grow. I sincerely look forward to seeing how the journey... Yeah, okay, cool. Nothing new.
That is...
Oh, wait a minute. That's a formula for a rather complex spell. Oh.
What?
Take a look.
I've already skipped too much of this shit here. But
Oh. You will come again.
I think I'm onto something with the more theory. Anyways.
Come on.
This weird tool is actually a cleaning igniter that Nearest modified to create wind that collects dust. Pretty nifty. I know it's hard, but all the lifting and bending over is sure to strengthen your legs, yeah? Ooh, yeah! We'll clean in here. There's dust everywhere. It feels like we're breathing in a cloud instead of air. Well, might as well clean it up. It's a vacuum cleaner. Still dust piled in the corners, get the magic and produce another section. I'll just clean the other sides of the shelves and all the other nooks and crannies by hand.
Okay?
Yeah, that's the spirit. Now we need to throw away the trash inside the igniter and then...
Hey!
Look what I found. We can still use this, don't you think? Tail bait. It ended up taking quite a while. It was tough, but having everything clean and sparkly feels so nice. You worked up a good sweat too, right? Max HP has increased by 5.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
Establishing an encampment. At night, the vast wilderness outside towns ensconced in darkness, forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a Gauntlet Runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travels the next morning. While in encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the Gauntlet Runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about the journey with the Allies. Our first time camping in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm kind of excited, but it'll be a long night, so why not spend some time relaxing with everyone? Honestly, I figured that'd be a good idea. Where's Hulkenberg? So, talking to you is going to increase my imagination. Same thing with you.
Well met.
Ah, well met. I don't suppose you're as overburdened with free time as I am. I'm certainly no stranger to traveling, but I've no idea how to spend idle hours. If the idea appeals, might we talk a bit? By recalling the past and planning for the future with Hulkenberg, maybe I can hone my imagination. Sure. This power we've woken to. I've all sorts of questions, but what I really find curious are these forms we take on. Each has a unique aspect, but one bit they all have in common is their armor-like appearance. What do you make of that? It's cool.
Certainly. I see.
I do find the austerity of the designs intriguing, but I was not speaking of how they look per se. In my opinion, the armor encloses the raging forces within us, allowing us to direct that power as one directs a horse by its reins. It is said people lose their magic because they refuse to confront their fears and anxieties, forever unaware of that power lurking within them. Is that not then the very condition to awaken our slumbering power? Also hence why it's so exhausting and why it cannot be maintained for long? The ravenous appetite I had afterwards is proof. We do well to practice diligence maintaining our food reserves. Hulkenberg and I talked about things to come. I feel like my imagination increased.
All right.
It's getting quite late, but we have a ways to go yet, so I would very much like to continue chatting with you. And thus they chatted idly. Hulkenberg and I talked for a while. Nice.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust that the sleeping quarters more than exceeded your expectations, eh?
True.
They were better than I feared, considering how tiny they are. But I've got a question of my own. Isn't the desert sand going to do a number on this runner? My boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl. Nary a grain of sand could fit between her seams, I assure you. Regardless, we'll be leaving these arid dudes behind tomorrow.
I knew it!
Wow, runners really are neat, aren't they? A carriage would never have been able to get through the desert this fast, but just keep an eye on the road, okay, near us? Okay, I could talk to them. I could cook. I could clean again, but I don't think I want to do that. Bookshelf is lined with interesting books. Books I can read are Pride and Persuasion. The book outlines useful conversational techniques for convincing others. I haven't started yet. Nero's probably left this era. Let's take it over to the window if we want to read it together. I may gain more eloquence. Not right now. I'll go talk to Stroll. See what Stroll wants.
Hey.
Hey, Zephyr. Good timing. I was about to do some maintenance on my weapons. If you got the time, why not join me? It's refreshing for the mind as it is for our battles. Sure.
Now then.
Alright, let's have a look at your blade then.
Got a moment?
You'll think I'm getting ahead of myself here, but after things settle down, I'd like to live without the sword. I admire the idea of a world where monsters and senseless violence don't exist, where nothing is taken from you by others. That's why, one day, I want to restore my ruined hometown to its former glory. Not just mine, all the ruined hometowns.
Hey.
How about you? I share my plan, let's hear yours. What do you do when the fight's over? Honestly, I want to travel.
So that means...
Oh, I see.
To go where the wind takes you, I take it. That does sound nice. I've got to get stronger. Even if the village gets rebuilt, it's all for naught if it's attacked by monsters again. I want to be strong enough to rid this country of monsters, not leave it to a spineless army and its incompetent generals. They only have the power to kill those who oppose them. They have no desire to protect their people, just like Luis. We'll fight for a change.
Yeah.
I agree, but seeing the state of our country's army, I'm all the more glad you're our captain, truly. You've resolved to stand on the front line of our fight, so it's only right that you lead. Ha! Our fight, I say. I forced my way into your mission.
Hey.
I envy you sometimes, you know, to act with such conviction. How does one become so bold?
Yeah.
I do what I must.
Right.
Easier said than done. I get so fixated on the past, I lose sight of the present sometimes. You always look forward, and that's what I envy about you. All this to say, I have faith in you. We have more battles ahead, and I'll be counting on you to get us through them. In the end, the king will be determined by what the people think of as justice. They're free to make their choices, but so is the one being chosen. I wonder who will end up being after all this. Me, obviously. Anyway, sword shining like new. Let's finish this up. Caring for my weapon has fortified my will to fight as well as increased my courage.
All right.
I say, we could stop for a break.
Ahoy, break time chums. There's something up ahead, so we'll be stopping here.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert.
That's a
One
pretty shade of
theory
red.
is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magma, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magma surrounding the tree. The Gauntlet Runner comes to a stop at its base.
Here we are. Shall we get a closer look? That is fucking pretty. Oh wow, it's so pretty. It's not just the leaves. It's as though the whole area's been painted red.
Certainly.
The place caused my mind a picture book I read as a child. It told of a great tree located somewhere within the country whose colors shifted to foretell unusual events in the times ahead. How exactly would a tree foretell the future? And how does a plant grow this huge in the middle of a desert? I'm not sure this explains it, but I'm sensing an incredible amount of magma in the air here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree, no sir, but a magical organism that feeds off magma. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery. Nearest pulled a sheet of paper and a brush from his pocket and began to draw the landscape in front of him.
Hey.
Wow, Nearest, how'd you get so good at drawing? My boy, meticulous documentation is the foundation of all good research. There you have it. I'm finished here. Take it as a keepsake. You're giving it to me?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I've already committed all to the safety of my mind. I have no need for the sketch itself anymore. Nice. I received Nero's research picture. The drawing is intricately detailed and can accurately convey the full majesty of this place to a viewer who has never been here.
Hey there!
Hey, why don't we give that to Maria? I bet she'd love to see something from our journey. We could tell her a story about the place. Next time we're in Grand Tread, I should probably give this drawing to Maria. Huh. A magical organism in the form of a tree. Say, aren't fairies in the same classification? Precisely. Gallica is the most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which has given me great insight into my own research into flight.
Huh?
What, you've been observing me this whole time? I don't recall you asking, so knock it off.
However,
turning our attention back to the tree, I've heard that it tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. I wonder what manner of anomaly its current color portends. We took a brief detour, but I feel that seeing the rare sight has broadened my wisdom.
All right.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives in a quiet clearing,
nice.
Concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself. Monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a Gauntlet Runner. The party, secure in their Gauntlet Runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
We'll be in Materia the day after tomorrow. I wonder what kind of place Materia is. Guess we'll do this talk now. Hey, looking for something to do? My weapons are as sharp as they're going to get, and I'm not up to much. Care to keep me company for a while? By recalling the past, and planning for the future with Stroll, maybe I can hone my imagination. Maybe I can hone my fucking speech. Jesus. Sure.
Now then.
So next up is Martira. It feels like just yesterday when I first arrived in the royal capital. So much has happened in a short span of time. I met you, we went over to the northern fortress and awakened a mysterious power. I'd once thought magic like this only existed in heroic tales of times long past. Speaking of which, I've been thinking that perhaps this is the same power that hero kings once used. If that's the case, then why do you think so many of them met visible ends? Power isn't everything.
What's that about? Oh, I see.
I see. As kings, they had to govern their people and maintain the peace. Martial might alone wouldn't help you there. Perhaps it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how you choose to wield it. Moreover, we've got more than one power at our disposal, and on top of that, we've got allies who share these abilities as well.
Then,
if we continue to master these archetypes, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to surpass the great hero kings of old. Though, all this does make me wonder just how many more of these powers are still out there. I felt my imagination grow as Joel and I discussed the challenges still ahead.
alright.
Come now, it's too early for bed. Let's talk some more. Idle chatter. Joel and I talked for a while. Come here, Mountain Dew.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Finally! We're out of the desert! Oh wow! I missed all this green!
Why is it so bumpy?
That'd be the change in terrain, lad.
See, you got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
What the? Did we just crash?
Of course not. That's
a cannonade.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
My star is rising! Ah!
Sanctism will reign!
It's them. Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Godot, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
Prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
It doesn't seem that they're trying to land a fatal shot. Just aiming to break the opposing side's gauntlet runner.
stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
So 'tis a clash to hold each other's advance. Damn fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look! Over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Godot's firepower.
Our plan heads on winning Louis' favor. Can we afford to abandon Gladel if we want Louis' supporters?
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
We'll help
Let's
him
give Gladel
out.
a hand here. Good thinking. That way we could win Luis's regards.
Agreed. Let us ride to Gladel's aid.
I say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine.
Ha.
Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us.
Okay then, it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner phone out there.
We're here to help! Withdraw, Gladel! Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's forces?
Well, sorry, can't get into it now.
That Cortland, you're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral! Was that not enough? You would profane the sacred a second time!
Yeah, sure, why not?
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished!
Uh-oh. Godot and his monks have boarded the deck. looks like he knows the magic won't shield us. He's aiming to kill us here and now.
You dare interfere in my fight! Know your place! Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names? Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, Old Egg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren! Put the fear of God into these impious commoners!
Don't forget about the purification magic!
They won't hold back!
Light!
Let's get him.
Know your place. Peasants!
Is everyone all right?
I shall seize my chance!
Ow.
Take this! What could you hope to achieve?
Ow.
He knows we can't attack him. He's toying with us.
Nothing ties a traveler down. Got you!
Cease your resistance.
With blade in hand!
You know what? Come here, motherfucker.
Behold my power!
We're not out of this yet.
Trust me.
Sanctism is supreme.
The fact that he's not attacking.
What could you hope to achieve?
Captain, they've got your defenses down.
Know your
Let
place.
justice prevail!
Peasants!
Let's
stay calm.
Down.
Come forth, royal soul.
Heal
We
everybody.
can do this.
I'm obliged.
I owe you.
Resistance is futile.
More resilient than I expected. I would lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back. Now, feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh.
Ah, jeez.
Rise, my brothers. Oh, please, take this!
I have your back! Only a flesh wound.
Oh my god, yes.
Got you!
Captain,
Prostrate yourself before God.
Shut up!
Close your eyes.
It's too early
Fight
to
us
come to
out.
his side.
We're not out of this yet.
Thank you.
My thanks. I shall fight as the noble I am.
Let's go!
Look at us go.
Sanctism will reign! Delay the inevitable!
Get fucked. Ow.
I won't lose.
For all that we strive for!
Close your
Worthy
eyes.
foe after
It's
all.
too
Let's
early
go.
to come to his side.
With healing power.
Trust me.
I can't afford to. Got you! Tougher than I thought.
Yeah, I think I've got a good setup here.
Sanctism will reign!
Nothing.
Ow.
This is God's judgment.
Ow.
Take this!
Ow. Ow.
Take this!
Stop.
Oakenberg's badly wounded. Someone heal her.
With blade in hand! This won't do.
Close your eyes.
Standing, I see.
Won't hold back to his side.
Heal everybody.
Yes.
I'm obliged.
I owe you. Nothing to.
One down.
Sanctism will reign! You're tenacious.
Oakenberg's badly wounded. Someone heal her.
The power, come forth, royal soul. With healing power.
Just keep healing everybody.
Thank you.
Helpful as ever.
Witness me,
No
brethren!
holding back.
Honestly,
Are you well?
you can also
I'm
heal.
obliged.
Resistance is futile.
Sanctism will reign!
Oh, please.
Ow.
Sanctism will reign! Delay the inevitable!
Captain. Stroll, they've sapped your defenses.
For all that we strive for! I crush you!
It's okay. We can do this.
Flare!
Just keep blasting.
Know your place. Got it!
Oh, come on.
Sanctism will reign!
Ow!
You've done it. Sanctism will reign!
Someone get him back on his feet!
You sack of shit.
We can do this.
Thank you.
I owe you.
Let's go! Sanctism will reign!
Hulkenberg's badly wounded. Someone heal her!
Sanctism will reign!
Here they come.
Hulkenberg's in bad shape. She needs
I call
help.
upon royal power within!
Trust me.
Hulkenberg's guard
Witness
is
me,
down.
brethren!
Let us fight as one. Let's do this.
Let's try this.
Behold my power.
Ooh!
Sanctism will reign!
That did damage.
What can I do?
Badly wounded. Can
Sanctism will reign!
Man!
someone get him back on his feet?
I won't hold back. With healing power.
I'm obliged.
Stroll
I
got knocked
stand
out.
ready.
Can anyone get him back on his feet?
Yeah, I've got him.
I live to see another day.
Take this!
Ow!
Hulkenberg's badly wounded.
Sanctism will reign!
Stop!
Hulkenberg's in bad shape.
Vitus power.
She needs help.
We can do this.
Thank you.
Now, Seeker! Try not to worry.
Trust me.
Behold my power!
Oh, power of heroes.
I'm gonna break you.
Sanctism will reign!
Thank you for dodging.
I won't hold back.
Okay, now we're good.
Healing power.
Thank you.
My thanks. I shall fight as the noble I am. After me!
Yes.
It's up to you now.
You will taste justice!
Nice.
Sanctism is supreme.
Take this!
Ow. Ow.
Sanctism will reign!
Damn it!
That's actually fine.
Join with me.
Let my power support you.
Blast this motherfucker to the Shadow Realm.
So, the faithful are broken before you, yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked arms.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him.
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of sanctism. Now, are you prepared for the end?
I think not, you rotter!
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
We've nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon enough.
Bye, bitch.
Phew. Finally, you took the hint. Hey, get down here.
I didn't need your help.
What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
I guess you survived this time.
Don't you talk down to me. You want to see what I'm really capable of.
Why, Gladell, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh. What brings you all the way out here? A little tryst on the road, is it?
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to. Consider me chastened and shoe. Besides, I might have found another angle here that's just as promising.
You surprised me out there, love. You bested Godot. So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Get fucked, Gladell.
However talented and famed a songstress she may be, must remember to contain yourselves.
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nidia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
Aye, but that's... oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore. I'd know the suspensions anywhere. You had Caden workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
By the crown, you can't be serious!
She
is Juno, the kingdom's greatest singer, the dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck? Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well, then on behalf of this group, I suppose it falls to me.
Oh my god.
You're an interesting little ensemble. Wait,
This is great.
is that a fairy? A real living one? Where did you...
Hey, up there!
An airborne gauntlet runner. He's actually finished it.
This seems problematic. Oh, that's because this is problematic.
Luis.
My lord, Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladell got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the saintest's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Juna.
Glad to see Lady Juna's safe, at least.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug. And I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
This... I kind of want to go with it as a safe option.
We're your supporters. Hence your retaliation against Godot. He's also a candidate, though his name doesn't carry any weight. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition? Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance, so choose your words wisely, okay?
Just say it.
I want to help you, Count Luis.
Just stick.
You fight in my name, do you?
Just
Really
stick to
now?
playing this card for
So
now.
you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion.
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in. Anyone. Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of swordhands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing more than to see your vision realized, Lord Luis. You do know what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
See you, loves.
Don't think this changes anything. Come on, Hector!
Bye, bitch. God damn it. That's great.
It soars like a damn bird.
Right then. That could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Glodell. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Heisman, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
That sounds
As
doable.
the chirping birds return to their nests and the darkness claims its dominion, the Gauntlet Runner at last arrives at its repose. A place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beings of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the Gauntlet Runner.
Oh, damn it! Lost!
Did you hear that?
It's over. The end of the road. So ends the life of the genius engineer.
Let's say we go check on him.
What is he being dramatic about?
Hey! Nurse, you okay?
Oh, you two. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
You seem troubled.
Is there something troubling you?
Ah, well, I suppose you could say that. It's just the runner, you see. She's in top shape, but I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a bally apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany, like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic? Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding. Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort, but somehow that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sprocket, there was this loony old inventor in my neighborhood, both quite brilliant and quite daffy, as they often are. That old fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning. After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas, ideas, ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could. That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had. The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira. A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
Maybe we should look into Camaro when we get to Martira.
This one's important.
Sure. We left Nearest, who dissolved into doom and gloom again, and headed toward our narrow sleeping quarters in the Gauntlet Runner.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
So we'll arrive in Martira this evening, then. Good. Soon we'll be liberated from this blasted shaking. Liberated? I do believe I take offense to that. The fairy girl's right, you know. A carriage could never keep up this pace. Some gratitude would be appreciated. Apologies. I am grateful, it's just hard to show it while on the verge of losing your lunch. That, and I pray we can avoid further hindrances like yesterday's.
Isn't that...
Once we arrive in town, we're supposed to meet with Varden, right? I'm sure that's said to be distracting, but let's not keep the man waiting.
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Martira, where their client Varden awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gamble was the right move.
Yeah, this has been a very story-heavy section.
Tis far more desolate a place than I'd heard.
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of something.
Ah, you're here. I've been hoping you'd show up soon.
I know it's been a while, but we pledged to help you. We'll not go back on our word.
Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased. Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city. She's also a most holy sanctoress of the Sanctus Church.
Wow.
She lives there, in Criganti Castle.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Forden to win the tournament?
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne. Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates gauntlet runners. The criers say Forden's allies suffered the worst of it.
Ah, well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them. I mean, some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
But surely all fights have casualties.
I suppose. There is truth in that.
Hey, read the room, will ya?
Captain, are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
Looks like his officer's not on our side just yet.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come a long way for our sakes. Now, I'm sure you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to an inn. You can try our local speciality, perhaps.
Ah, you've a local delicacy. It would be a welcome treat.
You chaps go on. The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on, don't worry, and I'll sort her out. Might well fix the bally waterworks while I'm at it.
Come, everyone. This way.
Is this some kind of smoked dish?
Roasted larvae of the giant sandworm. It's Martira's culinary speciality. Cooked to a delicate finish, Just enough to preserve all the natural juices and flavors of the innards.
Oh, good. Marble innards.
It is a unique texture, to be sure, but the taste is divine. Exquisite.
You're completely serious, aren't you?
Something the matter? Do try some of your own before it gets cold.
You know what? Sure.
Looks great. What is with that smile? Not you too.
The rich flavors are bursting in my mouth and surprisingly tasty.
You fairly eat with gusto, young man. Passion worthy of a royal candidate. How was it? Sometimes the insides can twitch a bit. It's harmless,
Can we not put it that way?
Would that I had time to try more of your dishes, but... to business. Can you fill us in on the details of all these kidnappings?
Aye. Our wee ones have been going missing for at least 6 months. All told, we're looking at 15 children now unaccounted for.
Ooh,
do you think this Heismay is your culprit?
I'm told he's a disgraced knight with nowhere else to turn. We've no proof, but the pieces fit. Seems to me that with nothing else to lose, he's gone rogue.
For a man who claimed a knight's honor to stoop to such horrors. 'Tis unacceptable. We must end this quickly, for our sake and his own.
If I recall the brief, it'll be quite a feat to even get near this Heismay. His hideout was in the midst of the sandworms' territory, yes?
Aye, well remembered. He certainly isn't going to make this easy for us.
So, is Heismay's hideout way out here? Looks pretty far from Artira.
Cool.
And there's a campground.
Look at this.
I smell trouble.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Cool. So...
It's your call. Let's see.
Okay, and what do you want me to do?
Here's where we are. All right. Here's where we are now.
What do you want me to do? Okay.
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder how we can even survive out there.
You
just want me to look at the fucking map.
Can he figure it all out? We're in over our heads.
Let's work together to save this town.
We're awful grateful to have you. And don't worry, we'll pay you what you're due. After all, nobody else in the royal capital would give it a second glance.
We help anyone in need. That's why we've come this far.
Inspiring words, young man. Now, I hope you're not full yet. We've a whole spread of other dishes for you. Now this is the pride of the town. A fine sweetmeat made from the juvenile sandworm's entrails. You'll find this tastes as sweet as any dessert. Together, I'm sure we can find a way to the stronghold without falling prey to those words. Now, please, dig in.
Tis altogether different from the roast. Why, 'tis succulent as a mellow fruit. Another marvel.
You must have gotten used to eating anything you had to out in the wilds, eh?
I'll schedule a meeting with the Honourable Lady Joanna tomorrow. Please, rest your weary heads for today.
If they aren't here to con a free meal out of us, that is.
Now, let's go.
Bruh, what is your problem?
It's been a while.
Exactly.
We're gonna meet the lady of town first thing in the morning, so get your beauty sleep. Don't tell them what to do. But don't mind me, I only just arrived here just now, so it's not like I overheard that conversation you just had with Vernon. And even if I did hear something, it's not like I'd tell anybody. I never would have made it as a professional informant if I didn't know how to handle sensitive information. That was pointless, but okay. Where's the rooms? Finally free of those tiny runner bugs. Nice to sleep in an inn, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll have a good inn.
Right?
See the monsters out there when we camp on the runner, so our rest is a little easier. Wish Nero would come inside with us, but I suppose that the runner is a castle, and he is its king. Yeah, we'll rest.
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Ah, it's gorgeous out.
Hold on.
Where is
Let's hurry.
everyone? They all went to the castle ahead of us. Cool. And honestly, it's going to be a shorter stream this morning. Just wanted to play a little more, but I need to eat. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you saw and would like to see more, please be sure to follow and/or subscribe. And I will catch you on the next one. Until then, take it easy and much love.